Welcome back to our channel. We are Ondra and Lucy and this is our trip of a lifetime. In this video we are driving north along the Swedish side of Bothnian Gulf and we are visiting typical church villages. Never heard of them? Then continue watching. It is a Scandinavian classic. Good morning guys!
Welcome to another video.
We are currently in Sweden. We are close to Skellefteå, which is on Swedish Riviera, or as called High Coast. It's supposed to be a place in Sweden where it is the most of the sunshine and warm weather, so people come to enjoy the beaches. But actually it's mid-September and the temperature today was for the first time below zero. It was -1. So not sure about that.
In the night.
In the night, yes.
During the day it's around 10, so...
Swedish Riviera, they say. We are heading to Skellefteå to see a church village, a traditional church and some old wooden houses in the city. We are having warm breakfast every morning because it's quite cold, so it's nice to have something warm in your belly.
And it's every day the same. I need some variety. But we don't have anything, so...
We are at Skellefteå. We parked by the church and we are going to check it out.
Okay, so that was the church. Now, let's go back. Go forward to the village. That was quick.
Yes, we are in the church village. It's a place where people who came to church was accommodated. These people were living in distant villages all over the region and they were coming for festivities such as Christmas, weddings, funerals, and because it took several days to get into here, they was accommodated in these cute little houses and then they spent a night or two or whole week when in the city, you know.
So we visited a couple of these villages before, last of them yesterday, and it's interesting to see how each of them is different. Like this one, there are like big two-story houses, you know, and in other ones there are just like tiny cabins or cottages, or in case of the Sami villages they are like traditional Sami cabins, or how do you call them? And some of them are still in use. Like we were in one in Arvidsjaur, I think. There was the Sami village, which is still being used. Like each of the houses is owned by a person and they still use it when they go to church. And this one, I'm not sure, but the houses are furnished. There are like things of daily needs, you know, on the...
All of them is beautifully furnished in like style of, I don't know, end of 19th century or maybe beginning of 20. But in some we saw like normal stuff like toothpaste which you can nowadays buy in the supermarket. So it seems like some of them are used as a cottage, or maybe still some family who live in the forests in distance.
Maybe all of them, because they are all like locked, you know, and I don't know. Maybe they are still in use.
But all the traditional furniture inside, it's like a bit museum. I would expect if they are in use, it would be more modern.
Yeah.
It's nice, there is our pillows from IKEA, but they look traditional. I suppose they should mimic some traditional pillows.
Okay, so we found the sign. So what did we learn?
We learned that these villages were built during the Reformation period because there was a law that every person should attend church every Sunday, which was crazy because the villages are far away. And then in the 19th century, they softened a law, and when you live 10 kilometers from the church, you need to go every Sunday. When you live 10 to 20 kilometers, you go every other Sunday. And when you live 30 kilometers, you went every third Sunday, and so on. And that's why they built the villages. There is no electricity in these cabins, there is just open fire, and that's why the cabins were very often in fire. So by the time they stopped building these villages near the church, they move it here, like it's maybe half a kilometer, so the church don't burn with the houses.
And the last fire was actually in 2012, where 2 houses burned down, so it's still a thing.
The people didn't come only for the church, they also come for the market, to see some relatives, friends, to gossip, to hear what's new all around the country. I think we are just out of the open air museum, but it's hard to tell because all the buildings look like they are from 19th century.
Because they probably are.
Yeah, for sure. Yum. This is my first cappuccino in, I don't know, maybe like 2 months, because we are just doing espresso in the van, which is good, I love it. But cappuccino, it's like a small holiday.
We don't actually make espresso in the van. It's, we have a mocha pot, I'm sure you noticed. So are you driving today?
I can.
Let's try. Good thing that we bought this tiny connector, because here it's used this one. I guess most of you know this, but if you are curious how we find places where there is water, in the Park for Night app, if you have the paid version, you can filter here for just drinking water, and it will show you just the places where there is drinking water that you can get. So we are in Piteå. It's one of the cities on the Swedish Riviera, and this is the town square. There is a lot of like these wooden houses, and I read that it's one of the oldest town squares in Sweden. I don't know what's true about that, but it's certainly nice. Not much is going on here. It's a calm city, you know, some stores, people walking around, that's it, but it's nice.
This is not good window. I feel old because there is like some retro decorations. And that thing I was still using when I was a kid, and I actually think my mom still have it in the kitchen. Shopping!
This is my catch from Piteå. Okay, last stop for today is Luleå, which is also a town with a church village. And normally I would leave it for another day, but it should be raining tomorrow, so I think we should make it today, just before sunset or at sunset. But you know, it will be nice.
Turn right. Then
better
turn
than
left.
in the rain tomorrow.
So that's it. It's drive-in church village. It's very American.
There was no parking lot.
It's drive-through. So we made it to Luleå. I think it's the biggest church village in Sweden. I think it's supposed to be here over 400 little houses. So let's check them out. It's all furnished in traditional manner with some nice wooden toys.
We are a bit unsure which way to go because it's
huge. It's like a labyrinth of red tiny houses.
yeah, it's a proper village actually. Like a lot of different streets, lots of houses.
And all of them are furnished like in traditional style.
Yeah, it's also in UNESCO, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is probably the biggest church village there is in Sweden, maybe. It's actually forbidden to live here, he told us. You can only have it as a like summer cabin, you know, just so it keeps like the atmosphere kinda, because it's kinda like a ghost town, you know, nobody is here, but it should be like that because people only came here for the like
Few times a year,
church
basically.
festivities or on Sundays, etc. So
There is also a shower, so I suppose that the houses don't have any bathroom, so it's basically a campsite. You have your little cabin and you go to the bathroom here.
So it's 7 p.m. Sun is down. Unfortunately, it's getting shorter and shorter the days. So now we are going to find some place to sleep. And my Aurora app was telling me that if there is clear sky, which it is, there should be Aurora tonight. So hopefully we also show some green light show on the sky. So stay tuned for that. Let's go. We bought a lot of eggs, so eggs for dinner today.
Yummy, yummy!
That's a lot of pepper.
It's delicious. I think it's the best meal of the day. Hello, it's another day.
Morning or afternoon actually. And today it's kind of cloudy, rainy, so we planned on staying in the car and doing some work, but then we decided to at least come and explore the open air museum while it's not raining so much. And it's starting to rain again.
Yes.
So.
This may work even now, just like to have some privacy. You would just take your calls in like the phone booth. So these open-air dance floors were built by the end of the 19th century, and throughout the 20th century it was used mainly by the young people for dancing, obviously. Sorry. And they often built it on a secluded area, maybe behind the village, so it's not disturbing for the other people, as they believe these places are a place of sin.
Started to rain again, so we are heading back to the car and do some lunch probably.
Yeah, we will do lunch.
So how is it?
It's delicious and it's hot. And hot is good because it's quite cold. We even turn on the heating, even though we never heat during the day.
The lunch was delicious.
It was.
We ate like 4 portions, and now we'll have some delicious coffee. I really miss my espresso machine because I like good coffee. It's a hobby, you know.
Thank you so much for watching our video, and see you next week in the town of Haparanda. Delicious.